everyone, I'm Donna and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, please subscribe, like, comment, stuff like that. So today I've decided to make a Q&A video because I thought it's time for us to get to know each other better. So on my Instagram page I asked you to give me some questions about van life or whatever, and you did. So let's begin. First question. Why do you live in a van? I live in a van because I always wanted to travel and to, I don't know, spend more time in nature. I was living in LA and my best friend came over. He was living in his van at that time, and he kind of inspired me, and I thought, okay, I guess this is the time when you have to do it. The work was off, and the second week of the quarantine I was going crazy. I didn't know what to do with myself, and I kind of started my own project. I asked my friend if he wants to help me with building the van. Well, first of all buying it and then building it, and he was like, yeah, why not? So yeah, I guess the main thing was travel. I realized the life is too short. I'm young. I was spending so much money on rent, and I barely spend time in that apartment. And it was the time of my life when I had to do something to change something in order not to go crazy, I guess. Oh, and also, I obviously didn't want to spend the rest of my life in LA. I was thinking that if I travel enough, I might find the place where I want to settle down. And so far, Denver, Colorado stole my heart. The second question. Where are you from? How old are you? And what's your accent? What's your accent? I was born and raised in a small country in Eastern Europe called Moldova. I moved to US when I was 20. So about the accent, I'm not sure because I speak Romanian and Russian, so it's probably like mixed together. I don't know. Oh, and I'm 27 years old. Question number 3. How do you make money on the road? I don't. The reason is I still have savings. So when I left LA, I sold my car and I had some savings. All I spend money on is gas, food, and like personal items like toilet paper and stuff. That's it. I probably should look into it, like what are my options, but so far, like I'm still doing good, luckily. Question number 4. How much money you spend on your van? The van itself was $4,500. The guy that I bought the van from, he already started to convert it because he wanted to travel with his family, but then he got divorced. It already had the ceiling, the floors, and it also had the solar panels, but they're kind of broken, so I had to buy new ones. And for the conversion itself, I spent like $4,000, and that included some mechanical stuff. Everything was handmade. Me and my friend like did everything ourselves. We tried to buy like the cheapest stuff. Well, we didn't save money on the essentials, obviously, because electric has to be good. We bought stuff from Home Depot, Craigslist. So yeah, I tried to spend as less as I could, and I think it worked out. So in total I spent like $8,500 ish, and I don't think that's that much. The next question is, how did you train your cat? I do get that question a lot. I didn't. So I didn't even know that like I can't train my cat for this kind of life. I could just hope for the best and just hope that she's gonna be okay. I had a backup plan if she wouldn't do good as a van lifer. I have a best friend in Philly that was willing to take her while I was doing the whole van life thing. But yeah, it turned out that she just loves the wilderness, and We had some problems with drives because sometimes I would drive like 5-6 hours a day, and she did not like that. She would just sit there and cry the whole drive and just be a pain in the ass. But the more I drove, the more she kind of got used to it, and now she just sleeps on my lap or on the passenger seat. I know it's not that safe, but she really hates the travel bag. She does not like it. So I'd rather her be like calm and sleep the whole drive, and she does that. And when it comes to like walking around, at first she wouldn't go out of the van, but like slowly she would be interested, and like when I would open the door, she would be like, "Oh, what's going on there?" And she would just sniff the air around, and then she would just go out next to the van, and then she would just go further and further until I'd be like, "Cheetah, where the hell are you?" And now she just goes out and walks around for hours, and then she comes back whenever she wants to use her litter box, because obviously she doesn't know that she can poop outside and save me some money. She comes back for that, for food or water, sometimes to bring me mice, which I don't really like that part, but guess it is what it is. She's a pretty happy cat now. So yeah, I'm sorry I cannot give you an advice on how to train your cat. Honestly, I don't even think that it's like trainable. Is that a word? It's either she likes it, either she doesn't. Question number, I have no idea. How do you stay safe on the road? In order for me to feel safe, it took me a while actually, because I used to get very anxious at night, especially for no reason, to be honest, because I was kind of just paranoid that someone would break in my van and, I don't know, kill me and then cut me in pieces and, you know, stuff you see in horror movies. But what I've learned so far is that I have to have weapons in my van, which I do. Also, I always park with the front of the van like to exit, if that makes sense, so I don't have to like do a lot of moves in order to get out of the spot if I have to. When I do spend the night in a city, which doesn't happen that often, it happened like a few times, I park in spots where I have to pay for the parking. I'd rather spend like $10 a night and feel safe. I think it's just a mental thing, but I don't know, it helps me. And when it comes to wilderness, it's pretty safe. Like, you're in the woods, nobody's bothering you. Although sometimes you have to be careful of people that are parked around you, because like once when I was trying to park in Oregon at a spot, there's this guy that was living in an RV next to the spot I was trying to park. And while I was trying to park, he came over with a bottle of whiskey or something, and he was trying to make a conversation, like asking me where I'm from, blah blah blah. He was kind of drunk, and he offered me to drink, and maybe he was just trying to be nice. I don't know, but I did not feel safe, so I just drove away to the next campground. I paid the fee, and that's that. I don't know. Park smart. Next question. Does dating and van life mix? Well, I guess that depends on the person and what kind of dating we're talking about. If you're like an open person and chatty, I guess you could meet people and, like if you see a van life, or you could just approach anybody and try to make a conversation and, I don't know, make friends. I am not quite like that. I like to stick to myself. And what I've noticed is that people that live in vans or RVs, they kind of like to stick to themselves too. Like we would wave at each other and say hi, but I haven't seen so far anyone that would just approach me and try to be friends and, I don't know, spend some time at a bonfire. That didn't happen, and I'm glad that it didn't happen. And also, you're always like driving and moving from place to place, and I don't know how that would work. I mean, if you're into Tinder and like stuff like that, you're in the city, check someone, go out, blah blah blah. I don't do that, and I don't need that. Does dating and van life mix? You tell me. Next question. How do you shower? I actually have a video on that topic, so I'm gonna leave the link down below. And the final question is, what do you hate about the van life? A lot. There's so many things to hate about van life, honestly. Weather conditions. If it's way too hot or way too cold, it's horrible. And I don't even know what's worse, when I can't breathe because it's that hot, or I can't move because it's that cold. Obviously, you can travel around and adjust, but for example, when I was trying to escape the cold from Yellowstone, I went to Colorado and I got into a winter storm, and I had to get a hotel room because it was like minus something. And I do have a heater, Mr. Buddy heater, something. But I can't keep it like on all day long because I'll have to like spend 5 propane things, and it's just not that effective. What else? Lack of showers. I mean, I do still keep myself clean, but it's a struggle. You have to always like do logistics. Where am I gonna get water? How much water can I spend? I don't know. Do I do dishes now or the day after tomorrow? Sometimes I can be parked like 5 miles away from a spot that I can get water from, and then I'm just in heaven. But that doesn't happen that often. My acne got worse because you cannot do laundry that often. You can switch your pillowcases like, I don't know, 5 times a week or whatever. I don't really have the willing to follow through my like routines with like doing face masks and scrubbing my face 3 times a week. It's just, I'm like, ugh. It is what it is now, I guess. What else? No reception. Sometimes you have like the best service on earth, and then another times you can't even like send a text message. And it's not that big of a trouble, but I like to watch a movie before I go to bed, and sometimes I can't do that. And I have to rewatch V for Vendetta that I have on my notebook for the millionth time. And last but not least, missing friends. Van life is fun, traveling is amazing, but the most important thing my light died. So yeah, what I've learned is that happiness is only real when shared. And on that note, I'm gonna end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do, and I'll see you in the next video.